5 minutes long as well. It won't take me that long just to do. Especially like I could probably bang that out in a month, if that, pretty quicker.
Yeah, so I sent to him, I just watched Hillary's recorded briefing, blah blah blah. Um,
Was it sorry?
um, So she said we'll only be permitted to undertake a practice basic project if we have already complete relevant modules on it.
So they're gonna let me read that.
So you will have to read what I said to her.
Last year, I could not choose because it was resting, but I chose principal.
Well, it starts here like she said we'll only be permitted to undertake practice based project if we have already completed this.
That's just a wind up then. Then I'm making a massive complaint then.
But then he replied to me.
What did he say?
He was very nice. Like, you will be welcome to do a short video documentary. It will mean that you will be learning the skills you need as you're working on your project. But it was because it was during the spring term, so I will be working on the project while learning on video editing and stuff. So that will cover the other thing that she said. But now it doesn't. But we might get along with it because
why do I need that to tell me whether I can do it? I can edit videos anyway. I don't need them to teach me how to do it.
Yeah. No.
Well, I'm still gonna do it. So I'm because I tell you why. Because I shouldn't have to. I should not have to. Yeah. Be determined by because you keep messing everything up all the time. That everything I get taken away. Like there's so many different modules I could have done that got messed around even before COVID.
Yeah. Like I wanted to take a documentary.
I wanted to do
but it was resting.
Versatile journalist. I wanted to do.
I wanted to do this one too, but they cancelled last minute.
Yes. So I'm saying so all these things they're just messing up. So I'm sitting there going like, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to do what I admit I have a massive argument because I don't have to see because the truth is I don't have them. I don't really need them to teach me how to edit videos. I can do it myself. I know how to do it anyway. I'm not that good. I'm a lot better now than I was a few months ago because I spent all the whole time doing it.
But I think I could do it myself.
Yeah, like I don't need to sit there and be like, oh, it needs to be done. There's some like kind of weird. Oh, you have to do the thing after it. Like it's a linear thing. Like, let's mix it up. Let's do it Pulp Fiction style. Let's do it at the end first, and then do it like. This is the thing. These things are so stupid because it's like, oh, you need to use the basis of what we learn, but they shouldn't have to. Like the guy said to me, he said, oh, a lot of people don't want to do the practical stuff. Like Scott said to me, he was like, oh yeah, a lot of people don't necessarily want to do the practical stuff after doing the video editing because they for their final project simply because it's a lot of videoing to do. And I said, that's fine. I don't mind doing it. But now it's like, I'm still going to do it. So if they say to me, I'm unable to do it, then that just ruins my entire final project. Is what they're saying to me. The thing I've not done much work into it, I'll admit, but they don't know that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the thing.
I have my idea, and I think it's the best thing that I can do because the other ideas of
I don't want to write.
I don't want to write the 8,000 words.
I don't.
That's not a thing.
I don't see the point of me writing 8,000 words. I don't want to be an academic.
But you can do. But I don't want to do that either. You can do.
The other thing is like you write a long feature article. Or something,
yeah, and I don't want to do that.
Which I've already done. I did it for one of my last modules.
Exactly.
I did it for Gavin. I did a big feature in interviews. I've done
that for him too.
I've done like 2 or 3 of them from different modules. I'm doing the same thing. The idea was if I do something practical, then I'll learn how to do it specifically and have a big show reel of different evidence of what I've done. I've done loads of writing. I kind of I can improve. Admittedly, but it's like I don't. This just really wound me up. You've upset me.
I'm sorry.
I don't accept your apology.
It's not my fault.
We'll find out. Yeah. I'll watch that video then.
But maybe it might be different because it's not our fault. Like it's them cancelling this, not cancelling but postponing.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like, so they can't sit there and change it. Like, I'm just gonna make it, man. You know what? I'm just gonna make it and just send it off anyway. Just be like,
should we pretend like we don't know?
Well, no, but they've got to accept it. I'm paying £9,000 a year during COVID times for online classes. So you're gonna accept what I accept, and to be honest with you, I don't really care. Part of me doesn't really care about the mark at all, to be honest. I want to do well, of course, but I don't really. It's like I just want to get a degree. I'm not sitting there thinking like the thing is my biggest like I don't want to sit there and like I don't. For example, when it comes to like writing essays or writing something, yeah, I don't agonize over it. I don't sit there and go like, oh, okay, got to do this, and this. I make sure this. I'm just not that way inclined. I just send it once it's done. I read through it. It's alright. Boom, done.
Good.
Yeah, I'm getting decent marks. So
You do. You
Yeah.
do well. I'm no.
Yeah.
I don't know how I know, but I know you do.
well, I think it's because we did.
Maybe you told me that before.
Yeah, I did. I do like 2 1s and one and first 2 1s and firsts
See,
mostly.
that's very good.
Yeah, I think the lowest mark I got was a second, but that was the only reason I got but overall in the module I got more than that. But the only reason I got lower in that one is because I only went to 2 classes for that entire session because the rest of them were on strike and the other ones were COVID, so I only had 2 lessons for the entire time, and that was media technology and culture. It was a rubbish one.
Okay. Do you know if the weight of every year is different, or is it the
Do you
same?
mean the rate of what passing?
The weight.
The weight.
Wait, like
How long do we wait to?
no, weight, like so when you want to do the overall of the 3 years, are they the same?
Oh, in terms of how they're calculated.
Yes.
So the first year doesn't count towards your final grade at all.
The first year doesn't count.
No.
Oh.
First year is just getting everyone up to
I
speed.
think my first year was better than my second year, definitely.
Yeah, my first year was quite good as well. I wish it did. I wish my third year didn't count. First year is like you've obviously got to pass,
Yeah.
so you can actually get through. You can't
Yeah.
not have the
Yeah,
credits.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So it does contribute that way. But in terms of your final over school grade, it's the second and the third year, of course, take up the majority.
50-50.
I don't know actually. I think maybe perhaps yeah. But it's down to each module itself. So for example, it's weighted from it's down to individual modules.
Yes.
So one module is 25%. So of each. So sorry, in a year, 4 modules.
Yeah.
Each one's 25%. I don't know if the final project takes up more of it. I don't know. I think it's
the same. Exactly
I
the
think
same.
it's the same. So it's
Yeah.
25. So that's how they work out. So you basically judged on 8 modules. So you get an average out of those 8 modules.
Okay.
So whatever ones you took in the second and third, those 8 modules altogether weighted up is your grade. To be honest, with you, not that it really matters. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't strive for a better one, but in the sense that it's more important you just get a degree. If you've got a first degree, for example, it depends. If you want to be like an academic or something, and you're really serious about if you want to be an academic, you've got to have a 2-1 or more. You can't do it with anything less. Like you can't do a master's or anything else without a 2-1 or more, or get to it on certain programs. You might be able to do it, but a lot of them, you won't be able to get on there. But if you've got like a 2-1 upwards, like no one really, especially during COVID time as well. I think that's a big thing you could say. It's the advantage we could say. I'm going to say like I got 2-1, but COVID, and they'd be like, that's fair dues. You know what I mean? Because that's a great excuse to have to be like, look, it's like same thing happened with my GCSEs and in my GCSEs, they increased the grade boundaries after we finished the exam.
Okay.
So not before it, so after. So you did the grades. So I would have got more A's and A stars than I did.
That's super unfair.
But they changed it. Yeah, that's true. But no one, when you say that, people are like, oh, it's rubbish. But it is actually true. Like my year specifically, they did change the grade boundaries, increased them after we all did our exams.
Okay.
So same thing kind of happened with here. I'd just be like, COVID time. You know what I mean? But most people won't really be bothered about your degree mark anyway. No one really cares unless you're going into academia, as I said, or of course you don't want to have a 3rd class honours. You know what I mean? You don't want to have a 3rd, or or whatever. Like it's good to get a pass and get your degree. I mean, I think my dad, for example, for his master's got a merit, for example.
A what?
A merit.
Okay.
Which I think works out to be like a 2-1 or something. I can't remember like it's how it's determined. For masters at least, but for like bachelor arts, for example, you get like a 2-1 or a first. If you get a first, it looks really does look good. Of course, it adds a little bit extra. But if you got a 2-1, it's not the end of or even a 2-2, it's not the end of the world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not the end. You can be like, look, I've got it. Most people don't even mention the grade. They just say I've got a degree in this.
Okay.
They don't even mention it. They're just like, I've got this degree. So it's always good to little perspective there. I like sometimes, of course, of mentioning these different things to you about what goes on. I mean, what's it like in Spain? Is the marks in Spain similar?
No, it's completely different. Our marks go from 1 to 10, or from 0 to 10. You can get a 0.
So 10's the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. And
well, how was you in psychology? What was your grade?
Oh, I wasn't great. I was good with psychobiology. which was biology, but just with the brain. I was good in this because I really liked it. But then in history or things like that, I was really bad.
Really? History, I was really good at school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got 100% at my S level.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got 100% at my GCSE as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it's only when it went a bit further, like my yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Say impress the ladies. Yeah, I got 100% at my Churchill exam. Exactly, which is rather impressive. But yeah, I was very good. I was very good at that. But I didn't really necessarily want to pursue it into university. I thought about it. I was really seriously considering it. So I was a massive fan of history. Still am. I was my best subject. But I think that the reason I didn't go for it was because it was limited in its approach to creativity. It was very much kind of like you're assessing things and your sources and how reliability and your provenance, your content of the source, and you're kind of making an assessment about what's going on. There's not as much room for creative writing or any expression really in history. I don't think it's kind of restrictive in many ways in that sense, as opposed to something like well, obviously this is not end up in being as expressive as I hope the journalism one, but it's more expressive than that is. It's like a sense of creativity. Part of me also thinks to myself, like, why didn't I do something like study something like film or something like that? You know, like why didn't I go for like anything like that? To be honest with you, like film or something that might be more appropriate for what I want to do. But I think it was because at the time I was like very focused on kind of actually, funny enough, wanting to get onto radio, which is what I'm doing now. But then again, obviously they had no opportunities for things like that, unfortunately. But you know, to have to say you got like a journalism sort of degree, like I don't really have a burning desire to really be a journalist, particularly.
I don't have it either.
No, like not because I don't really care about. Like I kind of just want to get paid for like doing my creativity and things like that. It was an entrance route to doing radio and doing this sort of thing. That was the idea, because obviously that's the first thing you get into is like reporters and stuff like that. But the truth is, I don't want to be a reporter. I want to be a personality on the radio. I don't want to be, you know, the other way inclined. But it was an opportunity to get some skills and hopefully meet some people. And I did meet